Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the work week. I'm Doug Jenkins, live from the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce, here to tell you about what's happening this week with the Monday announcements, where we talk about chamber events that our members are having. Got a big update on that this week. Jobs that our members have posted, and a whole lot more. Let's get into it. As you can see, a little bit of a lighter week on the event side here at the Chamber. The Findlay Young Professionals do have one event going on. That's actually taking place few hours from now at 5:30. It's a view from the top at One Energy. If you've never been out to the One Energy campus north of town, it's pretty interesting. Their offices are really nice, and the Findlay Young Professional members will get a tour of that and hear from leadership at One Energy a little bit later today. Beyond that, we're preparing for some big events starting next week. It gets pretty hectic around here, so stay tuned for that. Of course, you can always see the schedule of all of our events in the future just by going to FindlayHancockChamber.com. Click the drop-down menu, and it's right there on the calendar section. Do have a couple of member-hosted events going on this week. One is an Alcohol Awareness Month educational primer. We talked a little bit about that a few weeks ago. They're having 3 events. Their first one was a couple of weeks back. They'll have another one tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 11:30. The Family Resource Center is hosting that. Amber Wolfram talked with us a couple of weeks ago about their first one. You can look back at our videos here on Facebook and on LinkedIn to see all of the details about what they'll be talking about. Of course, you can just click on the link here to learn more about that as well. But some very good information for the community made available by the Family Resource Center. Also going on this week, this coming weekend, as a matter of fact, will be the 40th annual Bowling for Kids fundraiser from Children's Mentoring Connection. And here to tell us about that, Suzanne Crouch from CMC. Suzanne, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's a busy week for you. Wave to Stacy in the background there for us.
Yeah,
too.
Everybody, Stacy, wave. Everybody sees you. She's waving. She's waving. She's just a floating head in the background.
Yeah. Well, there she goes. She disappeared.
She disappeared.
So busy week for you guys. 40th anniversary of Bowl for Kids. It's always a great time. Give us a little bit of the history of the event.
Yeah, so Bowling for Kids started 40 years ago, and you don't hear 40 years very often when it comes to the fundraising world, so we're kind of excited to be hitting such a huge milestone. But it started off as, just a fun event for the community to get involved that was family friendly and to raise money for the kids. It used to be Big Brothers, Big Sisters, but now we're Children's Mentoring Connection, and we've carried the tradition forward. So just such a great fundraiser for us. We have a lot of fun with it, and it's recognizable throughout the community. So we're really excited to celebrate the 40th year.
I think it's always a fun time. I know I've emceed a couple of shifts out there in the past. And what I really like is that you guys were really able to adapt when COVID threw a monkey wrench in the works.
Yeah.
And expanded the program. And you've kept a lot of those changes because they worked out well for you.
Yeah. So we, right before the governor shut things down, we did get bowling in that year by a week. So they were pretty fortunate. And then, we kind of pivoted a little bit when things were still kind of shut down. So we went with cornhole for kids, and, you can do stuff at your workplace if you want, do your own kind of outdoor bowling, outdoor cornhole tournament. Millstream School hosts their own cornhole tournament still today. They did it actually last Friday. So just some really great things kind of evolved out of COVID for us that have kind of stayed and kept going strong. So it's kind of exciting.
Absolutely. And of course, all of the bowling takes place this week. Now, the teams are all filled at this point, but still ways the people. No, still some
we
teams.
Still have room. We have room.
Right.
If
so
you still want to bowl, you can.
Together.
Yes.
How do they go about doing that?
So you can go to cmchancock.org to our events section, and there's a link right there to take you to our bowling, our bowl-a-thon webpage. And there you can register your team. We do have a couple of shifts that are full.
Oh, wow.
But we still have some opportunity. So if you're thinking about it, maybe your plans change for the weekend and you'd like to come out and join us, we'd love to have you.
Well, looking at the weather for the upcoming weekend, it looks like a whole lot more of what we're currently seeing. Even though we're going to get up to like 80 on Friday, by Saturday, we're going to be right back to where we are now. So go inside.
Come bowl with us
for this Saturday and everything.
Come bowl with us.
Excellent. Suzanne, once again, the way to get involved in that, can you put the website out there for people?
Yeah, cmchancock.org. And then you just go to our event section and click on the Bowling for Kids link, and it'll take you right to where you need to be. You can make donations towards a team or a player, or you can sign up your team.
There you go. Suzanne, thank you for joining us, and good luck with everything this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It is a huge event for Children's Mentoring Connection. And if you haven't taken part before, you need to stop out and see it. And if you're not good at bowling, even better. It's comical for everybody on your team. So be sure to take a look at that. Let's take a look at companies that are hiring, or members here at the Chamber of Commerce who are hiring, who have posted jobs within the last 30 days. As you can see, we've got a few positions up there, and actually one that's going to be coming off. Just spoke to the people over at Hixon Zuercher Capital Management, and they have a pretty full slate of candidates for that operations specialist. So that no longer available. However, RCO still looking for a law accountant assistant bookkeeper, as well as a business and transactional litigation paralegal, and a human resources specialist still needed at Garner Trucking. So if you're a candidate, just go to our jobs page. You can get to that by going to FindlayHancockChamber.com, going down to the community resources and the jobs section. You can click on any of these links to learn more about the positions that are open. Now, if you're a Chamber of Commerce member and you're hiring, you can post your jobs there for free. It's all part of your membership. All you need to do is get in touch with me, and I will give you the instructions on how to get those posted. You can come on here and talk about the jobs that you're hiring for. It's a good way to get some exposure in the community and let more people know about the jobs. Like I said, if you're a candidate, that's the place to go. If you know someone looking for a job and who would make a good candidate for any of these jobs, send them our way as well. One other thing to tell you about, that is the voter report that is available through the Chamber of Commerce. It is as you can see right there on the screen, a comprehensive look at what you're going to find on your ballots. Of course, sometimes in odd number election years, we lose a little track, but for the city of Findlay, there are positions that are open. We have a mayoral race that comes open every 4 years. This is a mayoral year. Both candidates who are on the Republican Party primary ballot did take part in the voter report, and you can see their answers right there. You can just click on this. That'll take you all the way. There's actually a voter report link in our main slider on our main page at FindlayHancockChamber.com. And you can just scroll through, get all the answers. You can see the mayoral candidates are there. Got answers from some uncontested races, but as well as contested races. There's Findlay City Council at large. There are also the city ward races. So if you are planning to vote in the May 2nd primary, make sure you do so informed by going and checking out our voter guide. Michelle Ladd did a great job helping compile that together, and we thank all the candidates for taking time to send responses in to us for that. Well, that will do it for the Monday announcements today. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, we'll be back next Monday, back at our normal time. Went a little bit early today. We've got some planning meetings coming up here at 1 o'clock today. We'll be back at 1 next week, where we'll tell you about all of the different things going on next week at the Chamber of Commerce. By the way, there's a lot next week, 3 ribbon cuttings, and that's just scratching the surface of everything happening next week. Let's make it a great week. We'll see you next time on the Monday announcement.